Okay, today we're going to be talking about different note lengths. Mostly fairly basic ones if you're not familiar with the piano, but we might have a look at some more complicated ones by the end of the session. So, we're going to use middle C as our main note for this, as everyone knows where middle C is, or most people know where middle C is. So, if we have a little black blob with a line going up, then that is simply a one beat note. Or if you want to give it its proper Italian name, we call it a crotchet. Okay, so one beat or a crotchet, like so. The next most common note length you've probably come across is this one. So very similar, except instead of a black blob, it's going to be a white blob. And this one we're going to be holding down for 2 beats. And our Italian name for that is a minim. So here's your 1 beats, your crotchets, and here's your minims. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Or if you play them together, so there are your 2 beat notes. Now it gets a little bit more complicated here, at least in theory. So over here, apologies for the bad drawing, we have a 3 beat note, which looks very similar to our 2 beat note, except it's got a little dot right on the end of it. So if you have a white note or a white blob with a dot next to it, that's going to be our 3 beat note. And that is going to be called, quite inventively, a dotted minim. So we're simply holding that one down for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If we tried playing with our crotchets, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there are your 1, 2, and 3 beats. Let's add one more for this part of the session. Okay, so this is going to be our final for this part, and this is our, you probably guess, our 4 beat note. And our name for this one is a semibreve. Now the only difference visually between this and the ones that came before it is that's a white blob but without a stick. Okay, so if you see a white blob without a stick, you're going to be holding that down for 4 beats. That's called a semibreve. So if we compare that to our 1 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we have it. So we have our 1 beats, our crotchets, our 2 beats, our minims, our 3 beats, our dotted minims, and our 4 beats, which are our semibreves. And these are probably the most common notes you'll come across when playing the piano. Here's a bonus activity to help you remember your note values. So as a reminder, 1 beat, 2 beats, 3 beats, and 4 beats. First exercise is to just play the notes one after another for the complete values. It'll help if you say them out loud to begin with, and then you'll get the feel for how long they are, and it'll become internalised a little bit more easily. So for example, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Personally, I like to tap my foot if I'm really thinking about how long to hold these notes for. Another alternative could be tapping the side of the piano. Make sure you don't do it too hard though, you don't want to damage the instrument. Something like this. That's one option. Our second activity is a little bit more dynamic. We've got 3 empty bars here. If you don't have manuscript paper, music paper, then you can just take a blank sheet and make sure you fill out 5 long lines going across the page like so. Now, at the start here, we can tell that we've got 4 beats in a bar by that top number there. Okay, so there's going to be 4 beats in our bar. What I would like you to do is to fill in these 3 empty bars, making sure adds up to 4 beats in each one, with all of our note values here. Some you might be able to use more than once. For example, if we have our 4 beat note in the middle, then you might want to put a 3 beat note at the start, and that would leave you with 1 beat empty, and then 4 empty beats at the end. But make sure you're using each value at least once, and make sure that each bar adds up to 4. 4, 4, and 4. Give that a go, and I'm sure you'll be improving in no time. That'll do it for today, and I'll see you next time in our more advanced note length session.